Eternity's Veil, the cursed chronicle of Harrowdale House. Deep in the heart of a forgotten valley lies Harrowdale House, a mansion that stands as a sinister testament to the horrors of a bygone era. The house, with its ivy-covered walls and decaying facade, is known far and wide as a place where time itself seems to twist and warp, and the boundary between life and death is as fragile as gossamer. The story unfolds as a group of curious urban explorers, drawn by the allure of whispered tales, decide to spend a night within the walls of Harrowdale House. Their intention is to capture evidence of the paranormal, to document the rumored apparitions and strange occurrences that have plagued the estate for generations. From the moment they cross the threshold, the explorers are plunged into a nightmarish reality. The house itself seems to breathe, its walls pulsating with an otherworldly energy. Shadows dance in grotesque patterns, furniture moves of its own accord, and eerie whispers echo through the corridors. It becomes clear that Harrowdale House is a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin, and the past is alive and hungry for vengeance. As the night unfolds, the explorers are subjected to a series of horrifying visions, each one a glimpse into the tragic history of the house. They witness the tormented souls of former inhabitants, victims of a dark and twisted experiment conducted by a deranged resident who sought to transcend mortality itself. The explorers soon find themselves trapped in a cycle of terror, unable to escape the clutches of the house. They experience time loops, reliving the same gruesome events over and over again, each iteration growing more sinister and disturbing. The line between their own identities and those of the past victims blurs, and they must confront their own demons to break free from the curse that binds them. Guided by an enigmatic and haunted historian who has spent a lifetime unraveling the secrets of Harrowdale House, the explorers must uncover the truth behind the curse and find a way to lift it. Along the way, they encounter malevolent spirits, solve cryptic puzzles, and delve deeper into the twisted history of the mansion. In a heart-pounding climax, the explorers confront the malevolent force that has held the house in its grip for centuries. As truths are unveiled and sacrifices made, the boundaries of reality and existence themselves are tested, leading to a final confrontation that will determine the fate of Harrowdale House and its cursed inhabitants. Eternity's Veil, the cursed chronicle of Harrowdale House is a tale of supernatural terror that explores the fragile nature of reality, the consequences of meddling with the unknown, and the relentless power of a curse that spans across generations. It delves into the darkest corners of the human psyche and questions the very essence of life and death. Story 2: The Haunting of Whispering Shadows Manor. In a quiet, remote village, nestled deep within a dense forest, stands a house that the villagers dare not speak of. It is known as Whispering Shadows Manor, a cursed abode with a chilling history that stretches back centuries. Locals whisper tales of unexplained disappearances, eerie sounds, and unsettling shadows that dance within its walls. The story begins with a family, the Harringtons, who moved into the manor with hopes of escaping the troubles of city life. However, as soon as they crossed the threshold, the house seemed to take on a life of its own. Doors would creak open on their own, footsteps echoed down empty hallways, and a cold, malevolent presence seemed to seep from every corner. Soon after moving in, the Harringtons started experiencing horrifying nightmares that blurred the lines between reality and the supernatural. Their daughter, Emily, became fixated on an antique mirror in her bedroom, claiming to see the tormented faces of those who had lived in the house before. Her once vibrant personality began to fade as she became more withdrawn, speaking of a voice that whispered to her from the depths of the mirror. As time passed, the family's descent into madness became evident to the villagers. Desperate for answers, they turned to a local historian, Dr. Evelyn Sinclair, who had dedicated her life to studying the paranormal. Dr. Sinclair delved into the history of Whispering Shadows Manor and uncovered a dark past filled with witch trials, forbidden rituals, and vengeful spirits. Armed with her knowledge, Dr. Sinclair embarked on a perilous journey to cleanse the house and free the Harringtons from the malevolent forces that held them captive. With the help of an eclectic group of experts in the occult, they performed a dangerous ritual to confront the spirits and break the curse. As the ritual unfolded, the very fabric of reality began to warp within the manor. Time seemed to lose all meaning as the boundary between the living and the dead blurred beyond recognition. The spirits of the past tormented the living, revealing long-buried secrets and exacting their revenge on the descendants of those who wronged them. In a climactic showdown, Dr. Sinclair faced the ancient, vengeful entity responsible for the curse. With a combination of wit, courage, and sacrifice, she managed to sever the entity's hold on the manor, allowing the Harringtons to escape the nightmare that had consumed them. But as they fled the now quiet house, a lingering sense of unease remained. The curse had been broken, but the echoes of the past still whispered within its walls. The villagers sealed off the manor, determined to never let its darkness escape again. The Haunting of Whispering Shadows Manor is a tale of terror and redemption, a reminder that some legacies are better left undisturbed, and that the past can cast a long and haunting shadow over the present.